Welcome to Bushby Property Group. Let's go back to 53 George Street where it all started. George Frederick Burton Bushby began his career as a farmer and after enjoying moderate success decided to relocate with his family to Launceston. It was a thriving city and the industry boomed, the river trade flourished and we all still travelled by tram. There, with his real estate-minded son Norman Bushby, they decided to purchase a real estate agency, Alfred Field, and in 1914 they started Bushby & Co. Estate Agents. George Bushby worked in the business for 24 years and was often seen around town in his bowler hat and three-piece suit, very much a gentleman of Launceston. A tough time and appearances were all important. It was at this time that George would send out a small part of his team of 3 or 4 people on their push bikes to collect the rent payments. George Bushby passed away in 1938 and Norman died suddenly in 1942, leaving the business to his wife and family to operate. His second son Doug came into the business that year and his youngest Max in 1945. The decision to join the company made all that much easier as it was a way to take care of Mother Bushby.
Congratulations on achieving the century. It is a magnificent milestone. It's one that very few businesses in Tasmania have ever achieved. I think the fantastic part about this result, the 100 years, is the fact that it's still owned by the Bushby family. In fact, the 4th generation are operating it at the moment and I suspect there may be more to come.
Philip, Mark, Eric and all the staff at Bushby's, congratulations on this magnificent milestone. 100 years in business certainly is worth celebrating. It's an unsurprising achievement for one of Launceston's most progressive real estate firms. Congratulations and enjoy the moment.
When Doug entered the Launceston office after his father died, his aunts were working in the office as well, his father's sisters, and Aunt Sarah was largely in charge of the rent round, I believe, and Doug used to push his bike around Launceston, uphill and down Dale, to collect rentals, and that was thought to be a good introduction to the real estate business, and it was later that year that he made his first sale.
Bushby & Co, as I have known it all the years, has been part of my life since the early 50s. When I remember it well, in 53 George Street with Joan Kelly, who was a remarkable lady that helped to run the office there. Max and I were married in 1954, so for 60 of these 100 years I've taken a great interest in how the business was going because of family association, of course, and because it's always been part of our lives.
After half a century of trading at 53 George Street, with Doug and Maxwell at the helm, the decision was made to purchase a bigger and better office at 86 George Street. There, with a team of 8 people, Philip Bushby was invited to join with his uncles in 1969, and in 1972, Peter Bushby also joined the family business. This period showed a concerted effort in expanding the rent roll, which for Bushby & Co at the time was 45 properties. In 1988, Mark Bushby joined with his brother Philip, and in 1989 they joined with First National to become a leading force in the real estate industry of Tasmania. Later, Mark Bushby would become a director alongside his brother Philip.
I also want to recognise Peter's contribution as a former state president and current national president. Max Bushby also was one of the first Tasmanians to be awarded the status of a National Fellow of the Institute. Philip also holds that status. He's given many selfless years to the industry in the roles that he's taken on. State President in 1991, a board member of the Auctioneers and Estate Agents Council for some period of time as well, and the National Industry President of 95 and 96, culminating in his being honoured by the state body with life membership.
I had 25 years with the business and I have many fond memories. Philip and I took the business over in the early 80s and at that stage economic conditions were fairly tough. But we managed to build the business and create the biggest standalone real estate agency offering full services in Tasmania through that period. We went and set up the professionals, we moved to First National. A lot happened in that time. I moved on in 1996. The business has continued to grow and prosper, and it is now the success it is 100 years on, and that's a success to all the staff that have, in my opinion, served the company well over all the years.
As with every decade, challenges were met and overcome, and Bushby First National continued to expand its business and improve its services to the community. In 1990, with a team of 25 people, the opportunity arose to purchase 113 to 117 Cimetière Street. This memorable building was originally built and used as a grain store, and later as a used car yard and service centre. With expansion in mind, the directors saw an opportunity for this building to combine and house the recently purchased Armitage Auctions and the existing Bushby & Co business. The building underwent internal renovations and was later repainted to suit the modern times. Corporate vehicles were utilised with the appropriate branding, and a special caravan was purchased to assist with open home days at subdivisions. It was at this time Bushby First National also continued to strengthen its property management team with the purchase of a number of other real estate agencies' rent rolls. Eric Anderson, in 2004, became the first director appointed to the company from outside the Bushby family, after joining the company 5 years prior in a sales role.
Over the 25 years, I have thoroughly enjoyed working with Philip, Mark and Eric, and thank them very much for the experience. We've all learnt a lot together. We're a great team, and I wish them all the very best for their 100th birthday. I know I won't be here for the next 100th, but I hope the Bushby name continues to grow in Launceston and Tasmania.
Now, with a team of 32 people and managing 1,245 properties, what is Tasmania's largest rent roll, the opportunity arose to sell 113 to 117 Cimetière Street to a new development called Cimetière House. The directors made the decision to keep the current car park and to build a new office and home for the Bushby First National's future. The building of a modern purpose-designed office for Bushby First National was a true landmark in the company's history. Now, situated at 117 Cimetière Street, this state-of-the-art building was built for the 21st century. It illustrates that Bushby First National has faith in the Tasmanian economy, is sure of its position in the marketplace, and has created an enviable environment for its staff. In 2011, Bushby & Co resigned from First National and began Bushby Property Group, offering a new and exciting way of marketing properties with a unique marketing and innovative department.
Bushby & Co, or Bushby Property Group as it's known today, has a strong legacy of serving the Tasmanian community. They represented Tasmania in 4 categories at the Real Estate Institute of Australia Awards held in Hobart at Mona.
Some of the innovations that were implemented were the first real estate agency in Tasmania to put QR codes on signboards, the first real estate agency in Launceston to have a YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram account, the first real estate agency in Launceston to have live chat on their website, an iPad magazine and a Mobi site, the first real estate agency to provide 3D interactive floor plans, all undertaken in our in-house marketing, innovation and technology department.
If Doug was still alive today, he would be thrilled to see the business reach its centenary and be the first to congratulate those of the next generation who've taken up the baton and gone through to today.
I'm sure those in our family who were involved in the business who are no longer with us, my late father Max, my late uncle Doug, both of whom had a major influence on teaching Philip and I an awful lot in the early days, together with Philip's and Mark's parents, Russell and Betty, would be very, very proud of where the business is today, and I congratulate you.
Philip, it's been an absolutely fantastic ride this last 30 years. It's amazing how quickly it's gone, and thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to share this evening with you, and I hope that you're still around, not you personally, but I hope Bushby is still around in the next 100 years. Once again, Philip, thanks mate.
What an achievement, 100 years of trading as a consistently family-run real estate business, a true milestone. Congratulations to Philip, Mark and Eric and the whole Bushby team on such a significant achievement. I truly feel privileged to have been part of it for 16 years. Sit back and enjoy the ride, which will be the next 100.
It's quite unique and fitting that a family has been asked and has willingly contributed to the betterment of the industry in the gracious manner that the Bushbys have. Well done.
It is a pleasure to witness in this its centenary year of the Bushby Property Group that it continues its high standard of professional service to the community of Launceston and its citizens. Congratulations, one and all.
Bushby Property Group reflects our standing as Northern Tasmania's most accomplished provider of real estate services and ensures that, as an independent agency, we will continue to service the people of our community as we have done for 100 years.